Hey, do you want to know on how to play Pokemon Legends Z-A? This is the newly released Pokemon game of this year, and you can now fully play it stable 30 FPS, or you can even mod it to run 60 FPS into your PC. Then if you want that, then please do watch this guide because I'm going to teach you that. So first of all, what you need is that you'll need to have all of these 4 files here into your PC. It's the Nintendo Switch firmware and the Nintendo Switch keys. It should be in version 20 in order for it to detect and play Pokémon Legends Z-A. You'll need to install an emulator called Ryubing Emulator. So if you're interested in playing this game right now, you'll need to follow this guide. But before you follow this guide, I need you to agree that you have already purchased a legal copy of Pokémon Legends Z-A. We don't want piracy here. We are doing legit, so be sure that you own the Pokemon Legends Z-A itself and that you have a physical copy of it because the game has been released and you can now physically own it legally. So I'm going to assume that you own the game. You own the game legally now, then you can now proceed into this video tutorial. For those who don't own the game, please do not proceed in this guide. So I'm just going to go to Google now and just search for Ryubing Emulator. That is the emulator that we will need to get. Search for it. Go to their official Ryubing GitHub page. Click on that. Then just scroll down below and look for latest build. And you can find the stable release here. Click on that here link. And then just download the version that you want to get. So if you're from Linux, you can get the Linux version. And if you're from Mac, you can get the version here. And if you're from Linux, ARM64, get the installer here. And for those who are Windows, just like me, get the Windows zip file here. Click on it, download it now. So since I already have the file, I'm just going to skip on this. And I'm just going to go to the folder where I have the file. So this is the file. Click on it, double click, then double click the published folder. So these are the files that we need to copy, to install, So just select all of those files here and just create a new folder. Name it Ryubing Emulator or Ryubing Emulator. Mine, I have called it Ryubing Fork 2025 because this is a fork of the popular Ryubing Emulator which was taken down by Nintendo. So do that and just drag and drop these files into the folder here that you have created, and then you are good to go and you have installed Ryubing Emulator. So I'm just going to skip on that part because I have fully installed mine and I have already optimized it. So just look for the Ryubing application file name, run it, double click on it to run it now. So do that. So if this is the first installation, that means that you have not installed some files in it, the most important files in it to detect and play Switch games. So these files are the Nintendo Switch keys and the Nintendo Switch firmware. You'll need version 20 in order for it to detect and play Pokemon Legends Z-A. Now, if you're asking me on how to get all of these files, the most legal way to do this is that, again, you own a physical copy of the game and also you own a Nintendo Switch console itself. Because if you own a Nintendo Switch, you should install a custom firmware in it. Install a custom firmware in it, mod it, and once you have done that, then you have a full access of your Nintendo Switch system files on it. So once you have access on the system files, just look for all of the keys and system files and firmware files of the Switch, copy them and transfer them into your PC, just like mine here. Now again, to get the game, buy the game, purchase a game, and back it up into an NSP file format, just like mine. So for those who don't know how to mod or install custom firmware or don't know how to dump their physical copy of Pokémon Legends Z-A, so this the step that you'll need to follow, but be sure that you have the game, own the game legally, and you own the Nintendo Switch console. Now, just open your QR code reader into your mobile phone and scan this QR code here so that you will be redirected to the page wherein you can get all of these free files. So once you're in the page, be sure to follow the instructions there carefully, follow them, and to get the free files into your phone if you have downloaded them into your phone. And be sure to transfer them into your PC from here on out, okay? So I'm just going to assume that you have all of the 3 files here now into your PC. So let's install them. So open Ryubing Emulator, click the keys zip file, open that, double click on the folder, and then go to Ryubing, go to Actions, Install Keys, install the keys, create a new folder, name it Keys, just like mine, open that, and then all we have to do is just drag and drop the product keys and title keys inside, So I'm just gonna replace the files destination. I'm gonna close in this and just select pod.keys and hit open and hit yes and hit OK. Now go to actions again, install keys, and we'll need to install the title keys. Hit open, hit yes, hit OK. Then the next step is to install the firmware file. So just go to actions again, go to install firmware from XCI zip file. Okay, on the firmware file, it should be version 20.5.0. So as long as you follow the QR code that I have given you, then you will get the same files as mine. So go to click open and hit yes. And we'll say it's successfully installed version 20.5.0 of the firmware of the Switch. So as you can see here right below, it will say it's in 20.5.0. So if you have a Switch games already in your system, it will now be detected and it will show you their game icons, such as mine here. As you can see, I have Pokémon Legends Z-A. I have played 50 minutes of gameplay of it. It's a 4 GB of file and it's in its base version, because if we install the title update of it, the day one title update, the game will crash in Ryubing. So there are also settings that we will need to change in Ryubing to fix the crashes when you play the game. There are some certain cinematics, some certain areas that will crash the game, so be sure to change those. So go to options, go to settings, and in this part just be sure to pause the video and copy every setting that you see here. Okay, pause and copy every setting. So these are the settings for my interface setting. Game directories is wherein you will tell Ryubing Emulator where to look for your Switch games. It could be anywhere into your PC, so be sure to set them here. And the game file format for this game should be in XCI or NSP file format, so be sure to put them here, the setting. Now go to input. It's better that you use a mouse and keyboard when playing Switch games, so it is better to use a controller than a mouse and keyboard when playing Switch games, because that will be really hard. And if you have an Xbox or PlayStation or a PC controller, or better yet a Nintendo Switch Pro controller, connect them here, map them up according to your liking, but the dead zone for both left and right sticks, you should change those into 0.20, because that will fix the drifting issues into your controller if you're having one. Now once you're done, go to the system. So system region and language, you can change this to whatever you like, but the setting that we need to change here is here, the VSync setting. It should be set in Switch. And in FS integrity checks, you should check that. And in the DRAM size, you should change this to 8 GB, because the default setting for this before is 4 GB. You can play most Switch games with this setting, but for Pokémon Legends Z-A, it should be in 8 GB. Once you are done here, go to CPU. So there is a setting that we need to change here for Pokémon Legends Z-A, and that is PPTC. This is checked before, but now we need to uncheck it. So copy the other settings here. Once you're done, go to graphics, most important part of the settings in Ryubing. So graphics backend multi-threading should be, graphics backend setting here should be in Vulkan API with a preferred GPU. It means a dedicated graphics card. So at least if you have a GTX 1060 or GTX 1050, then you'll be able to play Switch games with that. But those graphics cards are really old now, so I think you have much better graphics cards. So you're good to go. Graphics backend multi-threading should be on. In features and enhancement, you should check enable shader cache and enable macro HLE. Resolution scale 2x resolution, because that will make the game much sharper, much more beautiful than the native resolution of the Switch. But if you're having some issues, change this to native settings here. But if you have a powerful CPU and graphics card, you can go for 3x and 4x resolution, 4K resolution easily. Now for anti-aliasing, set to as MAA Ultra max setting. But if you're having some issues, change this to none. Scaling filter, FSR, set to 100%. But if you're having some issues, you can change this to bilinear. In anisotropic filtering, it's set to 16 times. But if you're having some issues, change this to auto or 2 times. In aspect ratio, 16:9. That is my monitor resolution and aspect ratio. Once you're done, go to audio, really simple settings, copy them, and then hit apply and hit OK. And congratulations, your Ryubing Emulator is now fully optimized to run and play any Nintendo Switch games into your PC right now. You can play all of the previous Pokemon games and the latest Pokémon Legends Z-A by following my steps here. So a little bit of disclaimer, I will not be able to show you guys gameplay of this game running into my PC, because we all know how strict Nintendo is and they hate this kind of content. So if I show you a gameplay that Pokémon Legends Z-A is running into my PC, then my channel will be taken down time videos will be taken down, so I hope you guys do understand on that part. But I am willing to compromise a little bit and show you proof that this video trail is working. That is why I'm gonna boot up Pokémon Legends Z-A into the title screen of the game, but I'm just gonna stop there when I am in the title screen, and also I'm just gonna blur the screen from here on out so that Nintendo will not be able to hit me with any of their copyright strikes into my channel. So I am now in the title screen, and as I can say guys, this runs 30 FPS because I have not installed any mod, but it runs perfectly. There's no graphical issues, and it looks much better than the Nintendo Switch 2 too, because you can change the settings here to the max. So I'm just gonna stop the emulation from here. As long as you have followed all the steps that I've shown you in this guide, you'll be able to play Pokémon Legends Z-A easily into your PC right now. So if you have some questions regarding the installation process of this game, then just leave a comment in the comment section below, and I'll try my best to answer all of them as fast as I can. And also, if you find this video helpful, please do like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell to notify you if I have a new latest update for this game. So, thank you for watching, see you next time, and goodbye for now.